Hi guys, this is my first video talking about my 3D printer enclosure that I've been playing around with and building for the last 2 weeks or so. I decided to build my 3D printer enclosure around a cabinet that I've got under my table because my table was designed such that there's like a middle cabinet below the tabletop, and I decided to use this the empty area, the space, to build 3D printer enclosure. So because it's a wood cabinet, because it's a wood table, a wood cabinet, wood furniture. So in any case of fire, maybe because 3D printer is a really hot machinery. It generates a lot of heat because it needs to melt the filament, melt the plastic to heat the bed. So in any case of a machine failure, I don't want the 3D printer to set the whole house on fire, because the 3D printer will spread, the fire will spread because of the wood cabinet, because the wood cabinet is really flammable. It will spread the fire really quickly. So what I did is I installed these noise isolating foam, which also acts as fire resisting, so fire stopping barrier between the wood and 3D printer. So these are like noise cancelling foams. So obviously it works as a noise cancelling. It reduces noise, but so far I didn't notice much noise cancelling. It's mostly just for fire, stopping the fire from burning the wood, which spreads the fire. So that's that. So about my 3D printer, this is the Monoprice Mini version 2 3D printer. This is, I would say, I've seen a lot of reviews online. I want a cheap, I want an affordable, I want entry level, sort of good quality 3D printer, and this is what I've read many reviews and on websites and on YouTube, and I think this is the most, I got the best. I've seen most good reviews about it. Also why I choose this is because of the size. It fits in my cabinet, because this cabinet is not really that huge, it's not really that large. So I need a small 3D printer, and this fits the criteria. This is a black model, and I choose it because I think the black looks more stylish and more stealth than the white ones. And this is the version 2 of the original Monoprice Mini, and I think this is I don't know what's exactly the difference between the version 1 and version 2, but I think I just bought it. I just bought version 2 because I assume that it's going to be better than the version 1, which got a lot of good reviews. So one huge concern about 3D printing for me is the fumes, the smell produced by with heating 3D printing filaments. ABS. I'm printing in ABS because I want the heat resisting. I want the heat resistance. I want the strength, and I think ABS is the best for that kind of things, for the heat resistance. I also want, for it to be really workable, so I can do post-processing stuff with it, like painting it, like sanding, like those kind of post-processing techniques I can do with ABS. The problem with ABS is they produce a lot of smell. So during the first week I got my 3D printer, I experienced sickness after maybe 1 or 2 days of 3D printing. I experienced sickness. I'm not quite sure if it's because of the smell and the fumes. Maybe I'm just too sensitive to the smell. I guess I've read online that many people do ABS printing in an open area, but they still do not experience any sickness or so. The biggest problem is that I'm living with my brother in the same room, and I put this 3D printer in my room together, which he uses. So during the first week of 3D printing, he actually got sick as well. It's, again, we don't know if it's about the fumes, but I suspect it's going to be because of it, because it smells really bad, and we were fine before we started 3D printing, and just 1 week after we just got sick, and so we assume that it's because of the 3D printing smell, the fumes produced by ABS. So why this? I went onto Google and I searched for a ABS fume extractor, a cheap and affordable one, and unfortunately I couldn't find one. So I just kept looking and kept looking. I just found like one fume extractor which is really expensive, and it costs like it's too expensive for me to get it. So at last, fortunately, I found a website which has DIY solution to this. So it's you can print the part. It's like a funnel, and it uses activated carbon granules, which you use with your aquarium, for your water, for fishes, to keep the water clean. This apparently filters the air particles, the particles inside the air really well. So yeah, I want to try that. And also, the other thing with this cabinet is, the other thing I want to upgrade with this cabinet is that the light is really, there's not really much light to, you can't really see inside the cabinet. So I want to install LEDs on the top of the cabinet, so I can see properly how are things going. And I actually bought some WS2812B LED strips online, and I'll be showing you that in a later video. But in this video, I just wanted to tell you guys briefly about my 3D print setup, and what I am planning to do with it. So let's go and talk about the ABS fume extractor. So this is the website that I found online, about the 3D printer. It's called ABS 3D printer nanoparticles and chemical exhaust air filter. I found this online. I was just searching on Google about film extractor for 3D printer, and I found like really just not many of them, like even products like on the market. There's no such a film extractor on the market right now. There is, but it's it's not for me because it's too expensive, and it's a bit too expensive basically. And I wanted to keep the budget low and cheap, and so I found this ABS 3D printer air exhaust filter. It's really interesting actually. It uses, as I said, it uses the aquarium activated carbon granules. It also uses a 40mm fan, computer fan, which I got here. This is actually a 60mm fan, which I bought from local electronics store. It's actually not what I wanted, because it's 12 volts. I want to control it with an Arduino, which maximum outputs a maximum of 5 volts from a pin. Its maximum is the most, so it's 12 volts, and I do not want 12 volts. So I search for 5 volts fans, and I found it. I'm going to buy it maybe tomorrow or later, and I'll keep you updated for that, because I do not have it right now. So just want to show you this fan I got here. Yeah, how it works is, let me show you the model first. Where's the work? What the mouse? Oh, here it is. This is a different thing. As I use Cure as my slicer, 3D printing slicer. Where is my fume extractor here? Let's choose base, and let's choose top. Damn, it's too small. Looks like. Well, let me just make this available first. Well, to demonstrate how it works. It's this is a top piece. This gray one. Top piece. You can see there's some kind of mesh here. It's, I don't know why it uses mesh, but wait. So basically, how it works is you use a mask that you get, like a surgical mask, and you put it under the fume extractor, the top piece, and you put the activated carbon granule onto the mesh. So the granules won't fall through, because there's a mask that's holding it. And you put this with the mask, you clip it in here, the base part, clip it in here, and you see this holes here, and these are for the four screws on the fan. So you can screw the fan in, so screw the fan, fix it to place, and the fan will sort of attract the air. I don't know how to attract the air towards the filter, and it'll suck the air through the filter, and then the fumes will go through the mask and carbon granules, and it should be, the most particles should be removed because of that, and at least this is how it theoretically works. Again, right now I do not have the material to create this project, to finish this mod, but I will have it like soon. So yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. So because I need to need my door first, need my door installed, and need a fan, 5-volt fan. Yeah. So this is basically how it is right now.